So, this dude, this Reolink camera, yeah, I'm sick of climbing up this ladder. So I did a video last year about the Reolink security camera that we purchased, and me like setting it up and everything, and I really wanted to like it. And I actually, honestly, I do like the camera. I like how it functions. The problem with it has been connectivity. The area we're in is not the greatest as far as like cell phone service. But that's kind of what these things are for. They're cellular cameras. So you would think that they would have made it better for that kind of an application. But anyway, just all that aside, I'm gonna go back and kind of tell you what has happened from the time of me installing it. So when you buy these things, they recommend a couple of different SIM cards, one of which is a T-Mobile SIM card. So we went and got a T-Mobile SIM card, told them what we were using it for. So they said, okay, they got all set up, put it in it, and it worked fine for maybe a month and a half. And then we would just get no connection. Like, you can't connect to it, you can't do anything. And that's another issue with this camera, is that basically the only way of, adjusting any settings or anything on it is by connecting to it remotely. And if you don't have a connection, that's kind of problematic. So it's like, well, if you want to maybe adjust the settings on it to make the quality better, but you can't get a connection, then you can't change that. So that was kind of an issue. But anyway, so I contacted the company about it, and they told me, well, you need to do a different SIM card. I said, it just worked with this SIM card. I have friends who own the same camera, and it works with the SIM card from T-Mobile as well. So why is it all of a sudden not working when it already did work? It didn't make sense to me. And they said, well, you need to do a new SIM card. And I said, I'm not really sure about that. And they ended up, to their credit, they sent me another camera to try. I put the SIM card in it, and it was the same issues. They told me this SIM card, and it's I forget the name of it, but it's a SIM card that you can buy off of Amazon. And I started doing a little research on this thing, and it's from some Chinese company, and I saw reports of people's data being routed through a server in China, which I'm not really too keen on. So that's what I told them, I don't really want to do that, but that was the only option I had. So I ended up getting the SIM card and activated it, and I put it in. The camera worked fine, but then it started to like cut out again, lose connection. So I'd have to go out and restart it. And that was the other aggravating thing about this. Every time it loses a connection, you could like manually restart the camera and it would connect up. Then after some time it wouldn't, but you can't restart it unless you're physically at the camera's location, which is a problem for us, when we're talking about a remote property that we're trying to monitor. So anyway, I got it restarted. They got into it and adjusted some of the settings, and it actually started working better, and we were good for, I don't know, maybe a couple of months. And then here in the last 2 or 3 months, it would work for a couple of weeks straight, and then it would quit working, no connection. I'd go out there, I'd restart the camera, it would work fine. It'd work for another couple weeks, and then do the same thing. And so every time it does this, I have to go out there and, of course, get out the ladder, climb up the ladder, because I've got it up high, And so it's just been, like I said, I like the camera. I really, I've waited several months to do this video on it, because I didn't, I wanted to give it a fair shot. I want to give their customer service a fair shot, which they were, you know, customer service was fairly good, but you could tell the person, I was emailing back and forth, and you know, I would say things and they didn't quite understand what I was trying to convey. So that was a bit of a frustration. But other than that, I mean, they did send me the other camera to try. I tried it out, and that didn't solve the problem. I sent that one back eventually, but so now here I am with this camera, and every couple of weeks, it just disconnects, and I have to go out there and restart the thing. So take that for what it's worth. It maybe it's got something to do with the cell service we're at. I even went so far as to order another antenna for it and connected that, and I put that way up the tree to try and get a better signal, and that seemed to help my signal that it's showing. So that, I mean, it's got like full bars of signal when it's connected, so I don't understand why that should be an issue. And there's a tower not terribly far from where we are. The only problem that might be is that we're down a valley, kind of, but up a hill in a valley. So that's why I got the extra antenna, to give it a little bit of a help. But anyway, this is my not recommendation for the Reolink camera. At this point, I'm probably going to just deal with it and keep fighting with it. I may contact customer service again, and if I do, you know, and they come up with a solution, I'll definitely post that on here and kind of show what they said and if it fixed the problem. But as of now, it's just, when it works, it's great. Functionality is great, but when it disconnects, pain in the butt for what we're using it for. If you had the camera like at your residence, you know, and you were there all the time, then it wouldn't be as big of a deal, because you know, you wouldn't have to drive to go to go restart it. You just go outside and restart it and be done with it. But as of now, our homestead property is about 40-minute drive one way from where we are, so that's a bit of an issue. So anyway, I just wanted to give you an update on the Reolink camera. It's a cellular camera, and if you want to see it a little bit more in depth, you can go back and check out our first video that we posted on that. Have a good one.